Well, I'm very excited to welcome our special guest tonight. You've seen him on Jim Owen, Full Frontal, Blue Healers, Sea Change, Micallef Tonight, Welcher and Welcher, the Micallef program, the panel, Thank God You're Here, Spicks and Specks, Newstopia, The King, The Cup, The Chasers War on Everything, Good News Week, Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader, Rove Live, the 52nd Annual TV Week Logie Awards, Offspring, Dog Star, Who Do You Think You Are, Lay Talking About Your Generation, The Project, Mr. and Mrs. Murder, Danger 5, 31 Questions, and It's a Date. And now I'm glad he's finally getting some screen time on Shaun Micallef's Mad as Hell on the ABC. Please welcome the comedy legend, Shaun Micallef. Hello. Thank you so much for coming.
Pleasure.
Thank you so much, Oprah. Please take a seat. You've got a little satchel there. You've come prepared right here. Sit next to me. Oh, please. Come here, classic.
Oh, okay. Sorry,
Classic you.
No, I bought my hipster bag because
Did you?
Make me look younger.
So you feel cool. Have you got things in it?
I have got a thing in there. I was not going to bring them out this early, but I just got a book that I published. So that's
the President's Desk.
I
Oh wow, wonderful.
I wouldn't lower the tone of the evening by being so mercenary so early.
Yeah, and it's a good thing you didn't do that because I don't think we can promote things on community TV. So
no?
I appreciate your restraint.
That's good. Oh well, there's no close up, and there's something else here. I might read it later on. You know.
Okay, sure.
If I feel we're losing the audience.
Okay. Take control.
I'll take control and I'll read a poem to them because that always audiences love poetry.
They do, don't they?
All right, so I'll put that here just in case.
Well, I'm glad you sat on the wrong couch to begin with because I wanted to bring this up with you. You're notorious for this, Shaun.
Well, what do you mean?
Well, because one of my favourite clips of you on YouTube is actually this clip where you were on The Breakfast Show, and it was a breakfast show and you were jumping around the set and causing havoc. We actually have a clip if you haven't seen it, so let's have a quick look. You can watch here.
I haven't seen it.
Can I please be the voice of reason here, and can we discuss some technology with you maniacs?
You want to come in as well? You can sit here. What did I miss?
Okay, so apparently we're doing a centrefold. Is this your Jack Nicholson pose, Shaun?
Yeah, what is this good for?
You can't sit still.
What does she mean?
I don't know.
Jack Nicholson, what did she mean?
I have no idea, but I want to pull you up on this. Why did you decide to do that? What was going through your mind?
Well, that show was, I don't even remember the name of that show.
Breakfast.
It was called Breakfast.
Yeah.
It was on Channel 10, and they'd asked me to come in, and they said, oh, would you mind doing a segment where you get to, it's called Generation Wise. Mm-hmm. And you were, and so I was the old guy, and they had some, young hipster dude with one of these bags.
Yeah.
And it didn't sound like a great idea to me. So I thought, well, I said to the producer, do you mind if I muck around? Because I usually muck around a bit on Rove or on Adam Hill's show. And they said, yeah, sure, they like irreverence.
Yes.
So I just...
Didn't look like it.
Took them at their word, and I must say at the end of it, it was a little cold in the studio.
Right. Oh, my goodness.
No one looked up. Everyone was going, well, the next thing here. No one said goodbye. It was chill. I thought, this would work well, and this is good. And within, I'm not saying it's connected, but within a couple of weeks, the show was off air.
Yeah, so I think you buried it.
Good luck. Is that why you've asked me on the last show?
Yeah, because, you can't do too much damage, I guess.
No damage at all. That's fine. I didn't bring on any talc.
No, I've got enough of that on me already.
You've cleaned up beautifully. It still does smell like a nursing home.
It does. Oh, I thought you brought that with you.
No,
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Come on.
Simon.
Oh,
it's a
no.
thinly concealed hostility. And also, I noticed I was watching in the green room, and we were flicking over and watching other stuff. But I turned onto this show, and I saw you refer to Aquamarine, which is a fine American film.
It is a wonderful film.
Well, see, my mother is here; she saw it, that was a wonderful. That starred Jojo Levine,
who we all know. I think.
That also starred. What's Julia Roberts' niece's name? Emma Roberts. Roberts, whose father is Eric Roberts.
Yes.
This is Hollywood royalty I was working with. So that was my foray into the world of Hollywood. And oddly enough, the producer of that show was also he had been the producer of Trading Places with Eddie Murphy and Dan Aykroyd. Mm-hmm. He'd done the Pink Panther films with Steve Martin, not the good ones with Peter Sellers. This is the really awful ones with Steve Martin. So I got to talk to him, and I got to talk to the girl who played the mermaid, whose name I forget. This was good for my career.
Oh, that's wonderful. All things have just
So
gone up from there.
you shouldn't mock it.
I wasn't mocking it.
I think you were mocking it.
Celebrating it. I was celebrating your
Okay.
achievements.
All right. Well, thank you. It's nice of you to celebrate it by paying it out mercilessly.
Well, I guess I learned from the best. So I do check out your clips on YouTube. I want to know what you look up when you're on YouTube, because you're a hipster. You got your bag. I'm sure you're on YouTube.
Yeah, I go on YouTube occasionally. I look up stuff that I can't see in Australia. So I look up a lot of old stuff. I look up like The Tonight Show. You know, I know you love The Tonight Show and you work with Jay Leno, and very jealous of that. That was sort of like a bit of a dream of mine, I suppose, when I was growing up, was to go over to America and work with those guys. And so I look up a lot of really old stuff that I have no access to. You know, I don't have a DVD player anymore. I don't have a.
Was
video.
it stolen? What
Yeah,
was?
I have nothing. I have nothing but my memories, my old scrapbooks. I look up myself occasionally. I'll be honest with you, I look up myself as much as you do. I look myself up on YouTube. I look up the old stuff. So it'll be good just walking down memory lane. Is that what the show is? Just a collection of my stuff? on YouTube?
Sometimes, yeah.
Okay.
Because you have cool stories behind these things. Because do you know what your highest rated clip on YouTube is? Your most viewed clip is?
No,
I've told you this before.
I probably wasn't listening because I can't.
Well, it's because I was paying you out and you zoned out, I guess.
So the highest rated one. So the
most viewed. Sorry, most viewed.
I think it might be. The one with Ros Hammond, who's also in Mad as Hell. Is it the one with the tilted?
It
red?
is.
It is. All right.
Well, you've won
Thank
a
you.
chance to look at that clip. I think we've got it here. Let's have a look.
That's the hospital. I'm wanted in surgery urgently. I must leave immediately.
Timeless.
Good gear.
Timeless. Where did the idea come from?
You know, the really sad thing about that is I can hear myself breathing laboriously. We only did it one take. I was incapable of doing it again. Well, no, that's a bit of a nod actually to old Hollywood, really. Fred Astaire in a movie called Easter Parade.
Dancing up the walls.
Danced up the wall, danced on the ceiling. And so in other words, the camera was attached to the set and went all the way around. Now we couldn't afford that.
Right.
We could only afford about 45 degrees.
Right.
So that's what we did. But we did do another version later on about a fella going down to a wine cellar and getting a bottle of wine, where I think we managed to get 90 degrees. But I love slapstick and I love old Hollywood comedy, and I'm no graceful physical comedian. I mean, somebody like Frank Woodley would have done wonders with that. I just look like a piece of furniture falling over.
Right.
That's all I can do. But I got a great admiration for those who do it well, and we're going way back here. I don't know whether the audience would even know Buster Keaton or.
You guys know.
Is he coming on tonight?
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Buster. No, we don't have him.
But just the old silent comedies. You know, that's what I grew up watching. And in the days when you could turn on a television free to air and actually watch a movie instead of seeing, sport.
Ew.
Ooh, yuck.
Yuck.
So you could watch films on the weekend, and you didn't have to pay for them. They were free and they were pretty good. So I'd watch all that sort of stuff, and then just as you know, if you're attracted to comedy, it becomes the currency of your conversation with your friends. You absorb it a bit into your matrix, and even now, if I watch a show back as I must to edit it, I can see those influences in what I do. I can see myself just liking something Charlie Chaplin did, or the Marx Brothers, or any of those influences. They're always on display, and I think that's not such a bad thing.
Yeah. Do you see that you've influenced other people? Do you ever watch someone else's stuff and go, maybe I did that?
No, I don't. No, I don't do that. I don't think I've influenced anybody. I mean, I'd like to think that that people who've worked with me, have an enjoyable experience and go on and think, well, this is not so bad. I'd like to do this myself one day. I've been lucky enough to be around for about 20 years now, and.
You look pretty good for 20.
Thank
That's
you,
good.
yes.
Yeah, that's wonderful. But it's funny you mentioned all the silent films and the physical stuff, because you're so good at voices and impressions. In fact, you could do a great accent in a recent episode of It's a Date. We actually have an outtake from it.
Oh.
Can we have a look at the outtake?
And so we return to the mountains of Carpathia, where death's bony hand falls off and crawls around the
So you've made your fellow cast members laugh there.
Yes, well, that was an interesting experience because Rove and I had known each other for many years, but we'd never really met and talked. I'd appeared on his show, but so the only time I'd ever talked to him was on camera, which is not real. You know, you and I talking now. This
This is not real.
is not how we would talk normally. I mean, I barely acknowledge you.
No, exactly.
When I see you in the street. This fairly said would be the longest conversation we've ever had.
I think that is true.
That's right. And in fact, no one would watch this if it wasn't on television.
Yes, right.
And even then, it's probably a bit of a stretch.
It's probably a bad time to tell you I record all our other conversations when we have them.
All right, well, I look forward to seeing those.